Tip number 1, try to get your cleanup finished as much as possible. I know it's impossible, really. The cleanup is never done. But if you can get it as close to finished as much as you can, now would be a great time. Tip number 2, start some cold-friendly plants like peas, lettuce, spinach, beans, broccoli, or kale. And that's if you live in a climate like I do where it is still cold. So I'm going to put some of these spinach seeds into this bed, which is my strawberry box. And as you can see already, a creature has found it and has decided to dig a hole. So I'm going to see if I can cover this up a little. Tip number 3, add compost to your planting beds. Tip number 4, if you have purchased some tulips or hyacinths in pots, now is a great time to put them in the ground. This year I didn't get any in pots, but last year I did, and I put them in, and as you can see, they are starting to emerge, and I'm very excited. I've never had luck with putting anything like this in the ground because we have these cute little critters that like to come along and have a feast. So we'll see how these do. Maybe we'll only get this year out of them, but that's okay. I'll take it. Tip number 5, if your ground can be worked and you have a place for planting trees, now is a good time to get your spring saplings in the ground. Tip number 6, if you have some flower beds that can be worked and you can get some annuals in the ground, go ahead and do it. Tip number 7, begin hardening off your seedlings if possible. For me, it's not possible. I just started these fairly recently, and we have been having such cold weather that I'm going to have to wait on that. Perhaps that'll be on my checklist for May. Tip number 8, if you have raised beds and there are things that you can start right now, then I would strongly encourage you to get those in the ground as well. Some things, though, that might be sensitive to some colder temperatures as we have here this time of year, you might need to put something over them to protect them temporarily until the weather really gets good and warm. I have perennial things coming up in these beds. There's lemon balm and bee balm. I put in garlic, I put in onions. There's chamomile that reseeds itself all the time. So we're on our way. Very exciting times.